Hello and welcome to a snowy Scotland, and welcome to the first great run of the year. We're in Edinburgh's Holyrood Park for 3 international cross-country races which feature some of the world's top athletes. Coming up later, Ethiopian legend Kenenisa Bekele. He's in action over the 9-kilometre course. His compatriot, Olympic and world champion Tiranish Dibaba, takes on a tough women's field too. But first, the men's short course over 4 kilometres. Britain's Andy Badley, twice winner of this race incidentally, won it for the last 2 years, against Mo Farah, the recent European cross-country silver medalist. There's Tom Lancashire nearest to us. It should be a good, keen competition, this. It'll be very interesting to see how Andy Badley goes in this. A poor season through injury last season. It looks as though Mo Farah has gone out very, very quickly. The yellow vest leading this out. And that looks as though it's Mark Draper, another Briton who represented Great Britain indoors over 3,000 metres this last season. Steve Vernon up there. But this is an ambitious start by Mo Farah, who had, by his own very high standards, a disappointing European cross-country championship recently. Collapsed at the end, didn't look himself at all. And he'll want to show what he's really worth here in this race. But this is a big, big lead by Farah. It really is. On the track, he's had a good season. He won the Great South Run, incidentally, last year. 46 minutes and 25, so that was a terrific performance. There's Steve Vernon in second place. Ricky Stevenson in the blue vest in the middle. It is Draper up there, Mark Draper. One of the Britain's quartet that broke the British record for 4x1500 metres in Brussels, the Van Damme meeting last season. But Farah here has really gone out, and he's got a lead of, what, 15 or 20 metres over Steve Vernon. Ricky Stevenson in third place, and then that looks like Draper in fourth. Mitch Goose in fifth place, then Lancashire, and then Andy Badley, who's, what, about 40 metres now behind Mo Farah. Well, we wondered what sort of form Badley was in, and I think we're getting the evidence here. But Farah now, well, he's proved himself in the past, but he's made himself a very difficult task here because the rest are now beginning to make some ground on him, particularly led by Steve Vernon. He was second to Badley in the race last season. Badley, of course, the defending champion. There he is on the tail just behind Tom Lancashire and Mitch Goose with the striped vest. And Badley doesn't look to have a great deal of edge at the moment. He's down, what, about 4 or 5 metres on Lancashire. Well, look at this now. They are closing down on Mo Farah, and Farah now has only about a 2 or 3 metre lead on Steve Vernon. I just wonder what will happen here and what his reaction will be, and Vernon's gone past him. Well, this is quite astonishing, really, because Farah, well, it was an ambitious start. Whether he went off too quickly, well, that may well be the case. We know that Farah was our top 1,500-metre man last season. We know what he's like over the longer distance. This is his territory, 5,000-metre territory. But Steve Vernon has taken him on. And I tell you what, Ricky Stevenson is catching as well. Stevenson, who won the Gateshead cross-country in November last year, showed some great form there. Had a disappointing race recently. He was 10th in a recent 10k road race, so he'll want to show some form here today. And they've both gone past Mo Farah. Now, how will Farah react? Well, Farah's holding on at the moment. There are 3 of them in this race. It's going to be between these 3. Vernon leads, Stevenson in second. Mo Farah doesn't look to have a great deal of edge at this stage, but we'll see. He has got a terrific finish, but so has Stevenson. Look at that little hill, and Mo lost a lot of ground on that hill. He really suffered a little bit, and he's having to overstride a bit to come back. Vernon, head down, deep in concentration, and there's a little bit of a gap opening up. What will happen here on that hill? And Mo Farah desperately trying to get back to Ricky Stevenson. And this is going to be a really good race now, and there's a gap opening up with 400 metres to go, and Vernon and Stevenson and Mo Farah is beaten. There's no question about that. He's not going to make this back, and he's really suffering on the hill. Tight turn coming up. That hill has really taken it out of Mo Farah. And I just wonder, a disappointing European cross-country, I just wonder whether there's a problem with his health. Who knows? But Vernon versus Stevenson here. A little bit of a slip there by Vernon on the downhill part, and I just wondered whether Mo might make a little bit back there. He's desperately trying to get back, and there's a bit of an effort from Mo Farah. But here goes Ricky Stevenson. Oh, look at this. What a pounced on Steve Vernon in that final 200 metres, and he's away to the finish, and Mo Farah's not going to catch either of them. He really isn't. And there's going to be a terrific run by Ricky Stevenson. He's a sub-4 minute miler now. He's gaining in stature on every race. He really is. And on this evidence, well, we look forward to seeing him on the track later on this season. Big win, a really big win by Ricky Stevenson. With Steve Vernon coming into second place, and Mo Farah again struggling through to the finish, really. He'll be very disappointed with that. Times doesn't matter, but what happened there was a real show of form from Ricky Stevenson. Well, let's just check on the result of that. There it is, Ricky Stevenson, 13:20. Forget the time, doesn't matter. Steve Vernon, Mo Farah, then Tom Lancashire, Mitch Goose and Mark Draper. And certainly Andy Badley not in the top 6.
I've ran some decent times on the track and stuff like that, but when you step up against some of the world's best athletes and beat them like that, it's just unbelievable, really. You don't expect it at all, and it puts me in good stead for training in the summer, and hopefully I'll try and qualify for the European Championships over 1500 metres this year.
Well, now for the women's race, as World Championship silver medalist Lisa Dobrisky, then Steph Twell, the youngster, and then the favourite Tironish Dibaba, and the European cross-country champion Hayley Yelling. What a performance she'd had in the European Championships. Having retired, coming back, she's in the centre of that field. And of course, also we must mention Vivienne Chariot of Kenya, who will be formidable in this race, the world champion at 5,000 metres, and she has got a terrific finish. And Hayley Yelling, look at this, has gone out into the lead straight away. And I was just looking, that looks like Freya Murray in second place, the Scottish woman who's been in the United States as far as the UK Championships at 5,000 metres last season were concerned. She won that, been in America, had a good run early on in the cross-country season, then has been in the United States as far as I'm aware. And the rest of them following. That looks like Geza Hain of Ethiopia in the yellow vest. Just checking on some of the names up in the early part of this race. And with the headband there, that looks like Mika Chemos of Kenya. There's a fair old African presence here, but look at this from Hayley Yelling. Going from strength to strength, you have to say, twice the European cross-country champion now. And look at this, Tironish Dibaba tucking in third place behind Freya Murray. What an athlete Dibaba is, the Olympic champion at 5 and 10,000 metres, and coming back to some really good form indeed. And just behind Steph Twell there, the youngster, had a disappointing European cross-country championship, the under-23 level. There's Lisa Dobrisky. We featured her. She'll find this pretty tough, I would think, but what a world championships over 1,500 metres to get that silver medal. It really was. Now, Steph Twell, well, if you say that Steph's come here to prove something, well, you can see that. She really has. And that's Jessica Spark of Great Britain, that light blue vest on the left of your picture. And that also looks like Vivienne Chariot, right in the middle, in third place at the moment. I remember seeing Chariot run so well in Oslo a couple of seasons ago when she followed Defar in, when Defar broke that 5,000 world record for the first time, and Chariot went under that figure. Well, now she's proved herself, winning the world title in Berlin, but it was the way in which she won that race with a 58.62 last lap, so she's got sprinting power. There's the little undulation in this course which will test some of them. Spark going well, Jessica Spark, that is, the European under-23 bronze medalist in cross-country, so she's in good form. In the yellow vest, that's Geza Hain. She's only 18, and this is Chemos of Kenya. She's a steeplechaser. A good story on her, actually. She ran her first steeplechase in April last year and then won the World Championship bronze medal 4 months later. And that's one of the most surprising medals, really, in the championships. You have to say that. Chariot on the left. Well, you have to say she's going brilliantly. Yelling who won that European cross-country championship. I've said before, she retired, she's come back. She really does work hard when it comes to cross-country running. 12 leads. Here comes Tironish Dibaba now with just a lap to go. And this is going to be one big race. She's taking it on with just that lap to go, and it looks as though Geza Hain, the 18-year-old on the right with a yellow top, following in Vivienne Chariot. Really the third fastest woman of all time over 5,000. I've said about Chariot after Defar and, of course, Dibaba, who's now leading the race. Dibaba leads, Chariot in second place, Geza Hain in third place, Steph Twell in fourth, Hayley Yelling in fifth. This is a good race now, it really is. Now then, who will prevail? Freya Murray's dropped away badly on this race. Expected a bit more from her. I can see in the background there Jessica Spark. I can also see Chemos with that pink headband. And the rest, well, it's going to get tough. Hayley Yelling's got a little bit of work to do now. Looks behind Steph Twell. But look at this from Dibaba. Dibaba's really flying now. Chariot's chasing her, and one would expect that. That's pretty well going to the script. But this is an enormous drive forward to the finish now from Tironish Dibaba. Just 4 races in 2009. She won this race, incidentally, back in 2005. But 4 races in 2009. All sorts of injuries. It's great to see her back. And look at the battle between the two Britons now. Steph Twell and Hayley Yelling, these two. That's Geza Hain in the yellow top, just ahead of Steph Twell. Twell really working hard, but when you come to real class, Tironish Dibaba, well, is back to form. The poor 2009 season due to injury behind her now. She's clearly wintering well, and this is the first time we've seen her. And this is a dominant piece of running with just under 400 metres to go. Brilliant piece of running. She took it on with a lap to go, and look at the use of those arms. She's driving up that hill. Really no difference in the speed of her race as she went up that hill. Little glance to the right to see where Chariot is. Chariot's in second place. It's now, what, 40, 50 metres. Geza Hain's in third place. Steph Twell is still there. Hayley Yelling is there behind her. And also Chemos, the 18-year-old Kenyan, is moving very quickly as well. But look at this. A brilliant, brilliant run down that home straight. And the Ethiopian flag being hurled above head height in celebration once again. How often have we seen this before? Tironish Dibaba of Ethiopia, the favourite, 24 years old now, comes through to take this title. The title she won back in, what, 2005. She's done it again here. She was the favourite. And once again, forget the times. It's still a very, very fine performance. World-class performance. Now let's see what happens here as they come down towards the finish. See who's going to prevail. Well, Chariot, just a little look, and then Geza Hain was behind her. Chariot gets second, Geza Hain behind. And here comes Hayley Yelling, gets there ahead of Chemos, again, ahead of Steph Twell. Close finish between those three. What a good race that was. Very competitive, and the class told with 1 lap to go. Let's just update you on the result of that then. Dibaba from Chariot, from Geza Hain, from Hayley Yelling, Hayam, from Steph Twell, from Mika Chemos. That's how it went. Good return from Steph Twell too.
The race is very difficult. It is, no? I'm happy to win. Thank you.
Yeah, that was really, really good. And Hayley, a bit of pride at stake there, I sensed at the end. You didn't want to lose to Steph Twell, did you?
No, I definitely didn't. It was so hard. It was like running on mud, so it was tough or sand. Really tough race.
So a great start to the year for Ethiopia's Tironish Dibaba as she wins here in Edinburgh. And can Kenenisa Bekele make it an Ethiopian double after the break? Don't go away.